Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. This is Aratazah from the Great Millstone GMS Atlanta camp. Just a quick video I just wanted to hit dealing with a headline that caught my eye from a website called zerohedge.com. All right. And the title of the article, it says, Plan for the Worst. Law enforcement across America is bracing for massive election riots. All right. And, the reason why this caught my eye and I want to do a video on it and bring out a couple of scriptures is because eventually all out hell is going to break loose in America. All right. We've seen little preludes and previews of that, this year with the various riots throughout America that was sparked by the George Floyd killing or murder. All right. That was on a small scale. All right. And things is eventually is basically going to intensify. All right. And eventually when all hell break loose, all right, it's going to be far more severe. How do we know that's going to happen? Is because it's prophesied in the Holy Scriptures. Now, with this election, all right, and, I told brothers this is the craziest damn election, I've ever witnessed, all right, with the amount of tension and people are uneasy and, thoughts of, as this title it says here, riots and things of that nature. This is crazy, man. Okay, and what does the scripture say about that? All right, when you read, as you see, I got a couple of scriptures here. We read 2nd Ezra chapter 9. All right, this is the scripture that came to mind. 2nd Ezra 9. I'm gonna read from verse 1. The point is in verse 3. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when I see as part of the signs past, which I told thee before, then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we in the times of the highest, whose name is Yahweh, all right, and his son Yahushai, who you refer to as so-called Jesus. We in the time of them visiting the earth, all right. And like we always bring out, when you go into that word visit, it means to judge, all right. So when the high powers, when they begin to visit the world, best know that judgment is coming. All right. So it says, verse 3, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. You see that? So what are they preparing for? They're preparing for uproars, all right, during these elections. That's why the police force, they're bracing. All right. I believe they brought in the National Guard in certain cities and areas. All right. Bringing in the military and all that because they know, or they're anticipating that there's going to be mass riots. Now, whether these riots kick everything off, we don't know. But, just as I said in the title, eventually all hell's going to break loose anyway. It's inevitable, all right? Whether it's, the end of this year, whether it's next year, at some point it's going to reach a boiling point where it's going to be all out anarchy in the streets. All right, people, killing one another, spoiling one another, right? And we're going to get the prophecy in that also in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. All of these things is coming, man. So verse 3 again, it says, Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, all right? And we clearly see that. We see the uproars of the people, and we see earthquakes. Now, what's interesting about this verse where it says earthquakes, the brother Arum, all right, the brother from the GMS Birmingham, Alabama camp, he gave a excellent perspective, all right. When you see that word earthquakes, that's twofold. Earthquakes meaning actual earthquakes, meaning it's in a sense of natural disasters, but also earth shaking events. Okay, so an example of that would be like the Kobe Bryant thing. That was like a spiritual earthquake. It shook the world and took the world by storm. All right. Everybody was shaken up by that. All right. Back in January, I believe that was when the what was it, the general from Iran, Soleimani. All right, when he got killed in that missile strike, that was an example of an earthquake or a earth shaking event. All right, when a brother gave that analogy, I was like, oh shit, damn, that make a lot of sense. Cause that's exactly what it's talking about, man. When you see these different these things, it's like, yo, what the hell? You know, it kind of make you like, that's a prophecy, or that's a sign that we in them times, man. All right. So reading on, verse 4, it says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right, meaning what? These are prophecies, things that were written or spoken before time, and now they coming to pass, all right, in the present time, man. Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. All right, which the word manifest means to be obvious. So it's obvious that we're in the end. If you can't see it, you're just being naive, you're being simple, and you're just not being honest with yourself. All right, we in the time of the end. All right, and the Bible is the book that you go to get the understanding on what's going on. All right, you don't go to those other books, the Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Quran. You got to be kidding me, man. The Bible is the book. Verse 6, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. All right, so all the signs and the works, they're in full effect, man. All right, they're in full effect. So let's keep going. All right. And this is one of the prophecies here. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, I believe it is. Yeah. Chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, which the word woe means destruction. For the sword in their destruction drove nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So you're going to have anarchy. You're going to have basically people coming against one another. All right. Yahweh Shah prophesied that. He said the love of many shall wax cold, man. People going to be killing each other in cold blood over a can of sardines, man. All right, because it's going to be a famine too. All right, it's going to be a major famine, and the famine, that's one thing that'll cause people to bug out, is when you disrupted natural ability to eat. All right, when people can't put food in their stomachs, it's going to cause them it's going to make them turn into animals, man, to predators, beasts. And what are they going to do? They're going to be killing one another, man. It says, 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in power. So they're not going to care. These people are not going to care about their president, their governors, the police force, none of that, man. They're going to be, the spirit going to be on them to just be ruthless and be bloodthirsty, man. So it's going to get real out here, all right? And these the sign that they're prepping for these riots, because that's really the spirit out here now, is rioting. People are, like I said, people are uneasy. They've been in the house damn near all year. There's quarantine and wearing masks, and people don't have jobs. People are ready to flip the hell out, man. All right, and it's only going to get worse. That's the beautiful thing about it. We haven't even got to that point yet, man. Things are going to rev up. And it's going to get worse out here. All hell's about to break loose. 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, yeah, checkpoints. Okay, if more likely if you're not vaccinated. Okay, if you're not you're not gonna be able to go. It showed you that in the movie I Am Legend. All right, when they was all trying to cross the bridge, and everybody had to get scanned. If you came up negative or whatever, you couldn't go to a particular area. All of that's coming. All right. 18, for their pride, or Slakia, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. All right. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Just like I mentioned. All right. It's going to be a great famine in America. in certain parts of the world, man. It's gonna cause people to bug out. All right. That was the point on that. Let's we'll get this one, and if something else pop up in my mind, I might grab that as well. But this is Daniel 12 and 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. So that time of trouble is approaching, all right? And Esau is bracing for that, man. Where it's going to be all out chaos and you know, just as we read it basically explained that in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. You can go to other scriptures too, where it goes into that. All right, that time of trouble is coming, which is also the time of Jacob's trouble, written of in Jeremiah 30th chapter, the 7th verse, because it's really gonna affect everybody, all nations, but primarily you Israelites, man. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. All right, that's gonna be the time where the Lord gonna put a foot up your behind, sideways, man. All right, for not taking heed to the Lord's statutes, commandments, and hearkening to the words of the prophets. All right, but matter of fact, you know, we're gonna get that next, Jeremiah 30 and 7. But it says, such as was never since there was a nation even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, which is talking about the elect. All right, the ones written of in the book of life is talking about the elect of the nation of Israel, because not all of Israel is going to be saved at that particular time. 2/3 is going to be destroyed and cut the hell off, man. All right, let's get that, Jeremiah chapter 30, because you got particular Israelite groups that tell you that there's not going to be a Jacob's trouble. You know, we just going to teach the word and just waltz, so to speak, waltz into the kingdom, you know, without a scratch. Nah, man. All right, Jake gonna get messed up. Even for the elect, that's gonna be a trying time. Now we know the scriptures say the Lord gonna preserve, keep us, Lord willing, we of that number, keep us from the hour of temptation. No evil shall touch thee. Job the 5th chapter is in 6 troubles he shall deliver thee. Yeah, the 7th shall no evil touch thee. Roughly paraphrasing. So we all know those scriptures, but it's still gonna be a trial period. All right, we're gonna be tested, man. All right, and that trouble is coming. It's prophesied in the Bible, Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Who's Jacob? The Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians. All right, but he shall be saved out of it. Now that he is specifically talking about, as we read back in Daniel 12, the ones written of in the book of life. Because not all Israel is going to be delivered out of that, man. A lot of Israelites going to die here in America. Verse 8, for it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, and will burst thy bonds. The strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord their power, and David their king, who I will raise up unto them. All right, so yeah, we're not going to serve these nations no more. We're going to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai, all right, in the kingdom to come. But 2/3 got to be cut off, man. All right, 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they are done for. All right, that's what Jacob's trouble was set up for, to judge our people. But you know, that was pretty much it, man. All right, all hell is about to break loose in America at some point in time. All right, and that spirit is out there. That's why the law enforcement is bracing for riots and all these different things, because we're coming into that time, man. All right, yeah, see that? So yeah, man, you know. Okay, I think it's an ad just popped up. Anyway, Lord willing, this was an edifying video, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Lord willing, to the next lesson. Shalom.